I want every one of you to remember these three words. Nigerians, we are no more. Southeasterners and Southerners, we cannot become. And Biafrans, we must be.
A servant of the wonderful people of Biafra. We are live and we are direct this very morning, afternoon, or night, depending on where you are. And we start this very day by making it abundantly clear that the greatest enemy of a black man is the way that we reason. If not that the way we reason is very, very abhorrent, there is no need or reason why we should be suffering and complaining every blessed day without the courage to do something about it.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom across the world. I welcome you to this amazing program. Please, kindly like and share this program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share to everyone that is close to you. This information is coming to you from the platform that is under the United States of Biafra. The United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, and on the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the leadership of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. Please watch closely to the video I'm about to play, where we'll talk about the irredeemable situation of Nigeria. Some of you do not understand. Simply because we are commenting on the social media, you don't believe us. But I want you to get information that are coming from their conventional media. The irredeemable situation of Nigeria is overwhelming, and the end of the zoo has come. It doesn't matter what you think about it. It doesn't matter what you believe. The truth remains that Nigeria has ended and there is no going back. Wherever you are as a Biafran, the earlier you begin to support the independence of the United States of Biafra, the better for you. And if you are from other regions, the earlier you begin to support your own region, the better for you. Biafra is not your problem. Let's watch.
The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has condemned the decision by Finnish authorities to schedule Simon Ekpa's trial for May 30, 2025, a date the group observes in memory of Biafran war victims. IPOB spokesperson Ima Powerful called the timing provocative and accused foreign actors, including the British Foreign Office, of interference. IPOB also reiterated that Ekpa has no affiliation with the group, referencing past statements by leader Nnamdi Kanu disowning him. Ekpa, during a recent court appearance in Finland, identified himself as a content creator and denied any formal role in IPOB. Separately, Nnamdi Kanu's legal team has raised fresh objections to his ongoing trial, claiming it lacks legal merit and violates both Nigerian and international laws. We have with us in the studio Mr. Shegu Shobito, Chairman, Accountability Condor and Transparency Network. Good morning, Mr. Shegu. Good to have you join today's conversation. And also we have Comrade Ibrahim Momo, who is a lecturer of political science at Ambrose Ali University, in Edo State. He's still standing by in Benin, in Edo State. And from our Oka studios, we have Dr. Jude Mecheta, who is the former MD at Ambrose State Signage and Advertising Agency. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being part of today's show. I would like to start off with you, Mr. Jude Mecheta. You are in the Southeast, and we could recall that before now, the first call was for a total shutdown, a sit-at-home, in solidarity for Biafran heroes or persons that lost their life during the war. And we learned that some persons were calling for a change in that name. It shouldn't be a Biafra Day celebration, but rather it should be an Igbo Day celebration. Let's get your opinion, actually, your reaction on that particular one, before we look at, how provocative it is for the Finnish government to slate Simon Ekpa's trial for Friday, 30th of May.
Well, this Igbo Day, Biafra Day, doesn't really make any difference. I think those who are asking for Igbo Day were trying to please some Nigerians who are scared of Biafra, the name Biafra. And that is coming from Haneze, who are always trying to play to the gallery. They like to play to please some Nigerians who don't. I don't see any problem with Biafra Day. Biafra has been existent before the Republic of Biafra even came. So Biafra Day is the truth of the matter. Is a Biafra Day. There is no, we should not be scared of that name, Biafra. Something that we saw for 3 years. Those of us who are as old as I am saw this thing live. We were there in Biafra. We saw a lot of us died. A lot of us suffered choco. It's there at the back of our heads, at the back of our minds. It is there. Calling it an Igbo day does not make any difference to us. They should leave it to bear the name. It should be, because it reminds us that you can't kill history. It is history.
Right,
History is Biafra.
Let me interrupt you. Permit me to butt in at this point. Now, yes, you did see, the war. You saw the war. You have lived to tell the tales of warfare. How do you feel about what is going on in the Southeast now? The killings taking place there. Do you feel proud? Do you feel like anything has been achieved in the first instance?
No, nobody in the Southeast is happy. I am not happy. I've been here I was here before the Nnamdi Kanu story came. I was here. My sub started. We saw all these things come. It's not palatable for us, those who are living here. It's like we are kidnapped because we stay in this enclave. So we are not happy. But the issue is, what is the solution? We started sit at home every Monday. People sit at home. In some places like the Southeast, people go out to work. Like in Enugu, there are flights from Enugu on Mondays out. In Anambra, as we speak, on Mondays, people do go to market in Onitsha, in Oka.
What are your thoughts really about the sit at home? Do you think it was something that was properly thought out? Do you think it achieved a purpose?
Of course, it didn't achieve anything. It didn't achieve anything. We got punished. We punished ourselves for talking about Biafra. They thought making us sit at home, that was their idea. If we sit at home, government will now understand that we are angry. Probably the reason that become. But they found out that it wasn't working. But our people have now bought into it themselves. Even on Mondays, people just sit at home without even asking, without even asked to even sit at home. If you go to the villages, on Mondays they have meetings on Mondays, which is not correct. So we are still trying to see how we can begin to make people begin to feel free to go out on Mondays. It didn't achieve anything because now the country is still behind bars, still being tried. So it didn't achieve anything.
All right, one more question before we bring it to to another guest. Ima Powerful is speaking up against the slating of the dates, trial date for Simon Ekpa on 30th, which is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Friday, right?
Yeah, Friday.
For Friday, slating of that date. But we know that Biafra Day is not celebrated in Nigeria. It's only celebrated within the Southeast. So, and it's not even a world thing. So does it matter when Simon Ekpa is tried? Because he's saying that it's a deliberate act by some Western powers to undermine the Biafran struggle. What are your thoughts?
It would be Simon Ekpa. Is he as important as to begin to discuss Simon Ekpa that he's been tried in Finland on the 30th? I know this is that people should not be making this ban. No, he's caused enough trouble for us. If you want to try him the whole of the 30th, then try him. I don't think there's no big deal. Try him on that same 30th. Okay. They say they try to impugn on the name Biafra Day on that same. Simon Ekpa is an Igbo man. So if you say he's an Igbo day, okay, he's trying on that 30th, so it's still an Igbo day.
All right.
So
All right. Thank you, Dr. Emecheta. We are running out of time. We are coasting home. Now, so let's come back to the studio here, where we've been joined by Mr. Shegu Shopito. And Shegu, good to have you on the show.
Good to be here.
Now, I'm kind of confused, and a lot of people are also confused, because Emapoafo says, look, it is provocative to try Simon Ekpa on supposed Biafra Day, which is 30th May. And in another breath, the same Emapoafo says that, look, Simon Ekpa is not even a member of the IPOB. So of what relevance, of what importance is he to the Biafra Day celebration? And he says it's provocative. How provocative can it be? Especially the fact that it is not even the Nigerian state that is trying him. He's been tried outside the country, in Finland. Isn't it just a mere coincidence, or what's your reaction to all of that?
I found it quite interesting, that date was selected, given the coincidence of events, like you said. And I really wonder whether it was a coincidence or somebody somewhere is trying to play games. Because personally, I don't believe in coincidences.
Okay.
But having said that, even if it was not a coincidence, I think whoever did it maybe meant well. Because the contradiction that you speak about is actually what I was thinking. I was smiling when I was thinking about the objections, because I would have thought that the consensus almost everywhere is that Simon Ekpa is not really advancing the cause of Biafra. I don't personally see him as somebody who understands the ideology called Biafra and is trying to get it done. I have always said that the guy is a charlatan and has his own personal gains from claiming to be an agitator of Biafra. He's not acting in the interest of Biafra, in my own opinion. So it's actually very appropriate that somebody who, in fact, may be seen to be undermining the ideals of that concept is tried on that day to say, look, this guy is not working for you people, or whatever. Maybe that's what the person that said that date was thinking, or maybe it was a coincidence, I don't know. But I think Emapoafo needs to make up his mind whether Ekpa is an ally or an irritant to the cause.
But that has come up to tell the world that he is not a part of a IPOB member thing. He said that he's just a content creator. From what he got, he's a content creator trying to make a living from the social media platform. So what else do you think Emapoafo should do at this point in time?
Yeah.
When Ekpa himself will come up to say, I am not even part
Exactly. So why is Emapoafo objecting to the guy being tried on Biafra Day? I don't see the sense. I think that Emapoafo may have allowed himself, to be carried away by the moment in raising these objections. I think he didn't think it through properly. If he had done so, in fact, he should have celebrated it. That is actually appropriate. Okay. That on that day, that this guy should actually begin to face the law.
All right, let's go to Benin, where we still have Comrade Ibrahim Momo. Comrade Ibrahim, we would like for you to give us your broad reaction to the celebration of the Biafra Day in the Southeast on the 30th of May. It's a day set aside by the people to commemorate those that lost their lives, people that made personal sacrifices during the Biafran-Nigerian war. What is your reaction to that date being set aside?
Objectively, it's important that socio-cultural groups, ethnic nationalities, have days like what they call the Igbo Day or the Biafra Day, as the case may be, to mainstream, reassess, review, highlight, discuss issues around that ethnic nationality or sociocultural group. I think it's something that is a given, it's commendable. It's something that is, in fact, it's usual practice among ethnic nationalities around the world, Nigeria particularly. I know there are Arewa Day, the Igbo Day. I think they used to have it, the World Igbo Congress, kind of. And so, among where I come from too, we have what we call the Aochi Day. I'm from Aochi, so we have the Aochi Day. I think it was on the 6th and 7th of January every year. So I think it's a given. It's a day to, to address issues of common concern or importance to members of that ethnic nationalities. If I can push my responsibility for that to just, address some of the questions you have asked, some of the issues.
taking all the responsibility. Imam Powerful, the spokesperson of IPOB, it just wants to put IPOB, throw IPOB into the picture.
Okay.
You know, okay, if we should be talking about World Igbo Day,
All right.
it's one thing holding in Nigeria. Among the trial of Simon Ekpa is taken far away in Finland. It has got nothing to do with the commemoration of the
state. Okay.
Commemoration of even the Igbo Day. That's no business whatsoever.
Okay.
So,
all right then. All right. Thank you very much, Comrade Ibrahim Momo. We are out of time. The guest in the studio, sorry, Shogi, you want to say something?
Yes, I want to quickly chip in that it will be an anomaly. I think it's important that we understand historical context. And one of the ways that we miss it in Africa, and Nigeria particularly, is that we don't pay attention to our history. Biafra happened. Nobody can wish it away. So calling it Igbo Day, for me, is you are trying to water down what that day is about. It's not Igbo Day. Biafra is not only an Igbo thing. Yes, you might argue that the Igbo are the largest tribe in that Biafra concept. But they are not the only ones. There are people, Biafra encompassed all the way to Calabar, cross rivers and all that. How can you call it Igbo Day? People that are doing that are trying to reduce the idea. Is that, do we have a Yoruba Day? What do you mean by Igbo Day? It's Biafra Day to commemorate the war and the people that died in the war. And you can't wish it away. Yeah. I think it's something, in fact, if I were president of Nigeria, I would recognize it. The thing happened. Let's have a day where we celebrate the fact that this thing happened, or commemorate, not celebrate, to remember that this thing happened and people died. And those people, even though they were trying to leave Nigeria, they didn't go, they didn't succeed, so they are Nigerians, and we should celebrate them.
All right then, thank you very much, Mr. Shokwido. Now, before we leave, Dr. Emecheta, I would like to ask you one very important question, one question that I consider as being very important. What is your idea about Biafra? Do you think it is possible to achieve Biafra today, tomorrow, or even next year?
Biafra is a spirit. It's not something you can wish away. But to have a Biafra state is quite difficult in this country now, a state. But most of us have Biafra in our hearts as true. So it's a spirit. It's not something you can just wish away.
Okay. All right. Now, can we have your concluding thoughts on that, or any of the topics, or all of the topics that we talked about, in 1 minute, as fast as you can, sir?
Yeah, let me just say that PDP should live up to the expectation. There should be an opposition. If we can, it wouldn't be right to have a one-party state in this country. It will not do us any good. We are multi-ethnic, multi-religious society. You can't lump all of us into one party. It wouldn't be nice for us. So let's have an opposition. Let PDP wake up from their sleep, like they are doing now. Let them do what they should do. That is for that. For the debts that we are use this money to make more money, not use the money and squander them on useless projects. Okay. Let's use the money and make more money. Right. That is for me on that. And then on the issue of Simon Ekpa, please Finland, please try him. Like on the 30th, it doesn't concern us. Simon Ekpa is right. Yeah. All
right, then. Thank you very much, Dr. Emecheta. Comrade Ibrahim Momo, in 30 seconds, please, can we have your concluding thoughts?
Yes, my concluding thought is to agree with Dr. Emecheta that when it comes to debt, while we say, okay, government ought to borrow, government can borrow, government productive use, not just recurrent expenditure. That's my concluding thought.
All right, thank you very much, Comrade Ibrahim Momo. And back here in the studio, Mr. Shokwido, can we have your wrap?
Yes, so I'll just quickly chime in on the parts of the conversation that I missed. You know, I think that the president needs to explain to us why we need to be borrowing so much. President Tinubu has doubled our debt profile since he came on in 2 years. We need to be alarmed. And he needs to explain to us why we're still borrowing so much when we're supposed to have saved so much from subsidy removal. It's a question that we need to place out there and let the government answer it.
All right, thank you very much. Now, that's a wrap on the show. We had been speaking with Barrister Darlington Agommoah, who joined us in the first conversation. He's a lawyer and VOP in-house analyst. We also had Mr. Segun Shokwido, Chairman, Accountability, Candor and Transparency Network, who joined us in our studio here. And from Benin, we had Comrade Ibrahim Momo, a lecturer of political science at Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma in Edo State. And from our Oka outstation, we had Dr. Jude Emechita, former Managing Director, Anambra State Signage and Advertising Agency. Gentlemen, thanks for being part of the show. On behalf of the backroom staff and my colleagues here, Mr. Moses Humphrey and Fina Okechukwu, I am Chukwuma Okoro. Bye for now. Moses and I comes back at 10 o'clock for expanded review of newspaper headlines, and we'll be joined by Mr. Shegu Shokoto. Please join us again.
After watching this video, now you understand very well what we mean when we say that Nigeria is irredeemable. When we call for the disintegration of Nigeria, you will now understand. There is no plan and there is no way Nigeria will survive in the dish that it is today. And Nigeria continue to deepen into more failure, into more disaster, into more insecurity, and into more economic instability. The earlier we begin to think wisely and focus on the solution, which is disintegration, the better for all of us. It is not a selfish request. It is not just about the Biafran. It is about humanity. If you want to save humanity, you must support the disintegration of the contraption called Nigeria. Divide the country along people that have same value system. People that have same value system. The Oduduwa people, the Middle Belt, the Northerners, and the Southeastern and the Biafrans. That is the only solution. No matter how you try to run away from it, it will continue to haunt you. Thank you, and let's keep watching. Go to comment section and share your comments.